In today's video, I'm going to walk you through the exact step-by-step process that allows us to build 6 to 8-figure brands worldwide. I'm going to show you exactly how brands think marketing works, why that fails, what actually matters, the level system, the proof, and the case studies. We'll probably start with that, and why that scales long-term. Why should you believe me? Why out of any other video that you've seen should this be one that you pay attention to? Let's look at the proof in the pudding, right? You can go to my Instagram, you can take a look at all of the different results that we've been able to generate for our clients. Within 3 months, 90 days of partnering with this brand, this is a Canadian-based streetwear brand. We'll probably break them down in another video. We were able to generate 42% of their year-to-date revenue. From September 3rd to December 3rd, we generate $220,000, right? Average order value of $170. Retention, returning customer rate of 43%. Email, SMS, and organic marketing, ripping. Paid ads, we're going to break that down in the video. We were getting a 80x ROAS on average with this brand. Sounds unbelievable when that video drops, or if you want the link to that video, leave a comment. I'll send it over to you to break that all down for you. If we take a look at this brand, 146,000 in 7 days. Average order value, $222. 74% returning customer rate. Email, SMS, and SEO. When it comes to this, 43,000 in generated a single day, $240 average order value, 56 returning customer rate, email, SMS, and meta ads as the driving factors, right? Then take a look here, 406,000, almost $500,000 in 30 days, 79% customer return rate. We're going to break this down. We're going to break this all down in this entire video. Email, SMS, Google ads. Great. A lot of you guys will see these numbers and think that it's impossible, that this has to be a screenshot, right? That these aren't clothing brands. When you're able to build a system that is repeatable, replicatable, scalable, when you have a systematic process, this is how your results are going to look. This is the truth. I'm going to break it down in 3 ways. To scale a product, to generate revenue, you need to have a product. You need to have a designated audience, a buyer in the case, and it needs to be put in front of your buyer, your positioning, right? If one of these are missing, you're not going to get to that desired outcome. You're not going to have the type of drops that you're wanting. You're not going to have the scalability and sustained revenue. This is why you will have a drop of where you will make $20,000 and then the next, you can't even cross 5. This is what brands think work. Testing endless ad angles, chasing viral content, marketing the drop and not the brand, focusing on a specific item and not building the world around their consumer, around their target audience. Most importantly, email and SMS as an afterthought. Thousands of dollars, hundreds of thousands of dollars are left on the table day to day, yet alone year to year, by brands who do not understand the focal point of utilizing email and SMS as a constant of communication with your target audience. Right. Let's just see what works. Trying to build a brand, trying to build a business off of your emotion is the stupidest thing that you can do. And this is how most brand owners operate, because you're an artist, because you want to test the waters and go with your gut. But going with your gut is not what leads to inventory being sold. It's not what leads to drops going the way that you want it to, which leads to you not being able to be the type of entrepreneur and brand owner and business owner that you want to be. Most importantly, what happens when you get into this idea, when you have this process, is you have unqualified traffic. You are selling to an audience that does not want to buy from you. You start to build a following, and we're gonna break this down later in the video. You start to build a following that isn't following you to buy from you or because they feel seen by you, but because of some form of content that you put out that they simply liked and engaged with, that has nothing to do with who you are and what you are trying to sell. You have no conversion system. You have no data. You don't understand why someone is buying from you and what makes them continue to shop with you, which is why you will have a sub 10%, let alone 20% customer return rate. And you have to run ads and you have to spend hundreds and thousands of dollars on ads, on media buying, because you are able to keep customers coming back to you. So you have to continue to chase new customers, right? You have inconsistent communication. People won't hear from the brand for weeks, for months. And in e-com, the longer that it takes for someone to hear from you, the longer that one of your competitors can steal them from you. That's the truth of it, which leads to low returning customers. You have a thin margin because of how much you are having to invest into your marketing, having chargebacks because there's low communication and engagement and customer support. There's no scalability because you are always having to start over and being at ground 1, at ground 0, right? Emotional decision making. Let's just see what works. I'll try the next drop. Our philosophy, how we structure things, how we position things, is it's a sphere, it's a ball. Real growth comes with clarity, right? Conversions leads to retention. When you have an audience that wants to buy from you, they're going to buy from you multiple times. And when you're able to understand why people buy from you multiple times, that's trackable data. And that's good data that you can use, right? To continue to get better traffic. And getting better traffic is going to then lead to more traffic because you know how to put it in front of your ICP, which continues and continues to repeat the process. All right, so now let's talk specifically about how this looks in terms of the following that you're even building. If we take the brand at the left, these are examples of brands, blurring it out, protecting them. Don't work with all of these brands, right? Do work with the brands to the right, for the additional context. You might be a brand that has 5 to 50,000 followers, let alone 100,000 followers, but you're unable to crack 5K a month because you have no retention system. Because again, you've built an audience of people who liked the TikTok dance that one of your influencers that you used, that you posted, that you reposted, or because you sent a package to one of these streamers and you put that on your page and you're getting a lot of their audience because someone they support wore your piece, but they don't care about the piece. They just engaged with something that they wore. You're using these other brand owners to promote your brand, and they'll follow almost out of obligation for the other brand owner, but not because of what you are showing, what you are promoting. Or you can be a brand on the other side. And these are great brands that I love to work with because they're very easy to scale. You could be a brand that has 2.5K, 3K, 5K. That's able to do 20 to 30 a month because around 50, 60% of your following actually buys from the brand because you're creating content that speaks directly to your ICP. You are continuously running email and SMS, pre-drop, during the drop, post-drop, leading up to the drop. Ads are an extension of what you are doing. Ads do not make marketing. They are an extension of everything else that you are doing. If you go into running ads into building a clothing brand with the idea, with the philosophy that if you just run ads, you're going to get your desired result, that is flawed. Do drop shipping. If that's your thought process. Do FBA. I really don't know. That's not how building a clothing brand, building a fashion brand, building a jewelry brand works. Community first. Conversion only comes after building that community. Returning customers, retention only comes after building that community. When you are able to have a system, write this down. When you are able to have a system that essentially allows you to scale on autopilot, I can show you case studies like this. Take a look at my Instagram. Pause this video, go to my Instagram, take a look at all the results. It's because these brands are able to scale on autopilot because they have a community that if they put something out, it really doesn't matter what it is. They buy into the idea of what the brand is putting in front of them because they are their intended consumer, not just from a demographic standpoint, but having the buying power. Most of you guys are trying to sell to an audience that does not have the money to be blunt with you, that doesn't have the money to be able to buy the product that you are trying to sell for $170. The sweatshirt. First of all, cut that shit out with all of the jumpsuits. But try to sell a $160 jumpsuit to a predominantly lower income demographic is going to lead you to the cases like these brands of where they have the following, but not the revenue stream to support what is being shown. I'm going to post a breakdown of one of our clients' phase brand that has around 30,000 followers, and we're struggling to break 5K months because they had a similar thing, had built a community that was not ready to convert. The real scale lever is retention. Everything changes when you are able to achieve retention. When you have email, ads, SMS, and organic, you have predictability. You can understand why someone buys, why someone drops off from the site, how to achieve a 50 to 70% customer return rate like the brands that partner with us, right? When 30% of the revenue is coming from emails, coming from SMS alone, and ads are just the tush push, if you will, the extra mile, the extra step, when you don't have to worry about how your ads are going to perform if you are going to be successful month to month. When emails are reinforcing the data that you have of your target audience. When the audience is buying into the brand, into you, the founder, everything is going to be able to achieve. everything's going to be able to change. You're going to get to all of the goals that you want to go to. It's that simple. It's not rocket science. This is how we are able to get brands from 5K to 10K to 3K to 20K in 30 days, right? Just some of the examples that I've shown here, that it's really that simple. Again, if you would like the full breakdown of how we made $220,000 in 90 days for one of our clients with an 80x ROAS with a $2 cost per acquisition, leave a comment, DM me on Instagram. I will shoot that over as well. If you would like to know how we generate $2 million off of email and SMS alone for a client, shoot me a DM. I'm sorry for the nasally nose. I am feeling under the weather, but it was very important to get this video out to you guys so that you can take that next step and really put your brand and set up, if January hasn't gone the way that you want it to, really change things. As always, if you like what you saw, leave a comment. Let me know any other videos that you would love to see. And I love talking about this stuff, and I'm being more intentional with it. I can't tell you to be intentional with your brand and not be intentional with the content. Shoot me a DM on Instagram. Even if you aren't a brand owner, I would love to connect. Always great to connect with fellow entrepreneurs. Outside of that, I will see you in the next video and talk to you guys soon.